knitting a blanket for her newborn daughter. Oh, how adorable. That means that she became a grandmother and she's knitting for her daughter. So maybe her daughter's a little baby. Okay, so that's what I'm imagining. I'm imagining a grandmother knitting for a little baby. And it is a blanket, okay? So we're picturing a blanket. That's the story. We're understanding the story first before we solve for it so that we can picture in our head what they're asking for. Now we know that the blanket is 2.25 meters long and 1.8 meters wide. So let me actually do it like this. We know it is long, so it is 2.25 meters long and says right here 1.8 meters wide. Okay. With that information, they're asking me what is the area of the blanket? Write your answer in centimeters. So in order to convert a number into centimeters, you need to make sure you're multiplying it times what? You need to multiply it times 100. So 1.8 times 100 is going to give you 180. And when you are multiplying 2.25 times 100, you are also going to get 225 as your final answer. So that's why we are taking these numbers right here, 180 and 225, and we are multiplying those numbers in order to get your answer. So 0 times 5 is equal to 0. 0 times 2 is equal to 0. 0 times 2 again is equal to 0. Now I'm going to bring down a 0 because I'm multiplying in my tens place. 8 times 5 is equal to 40. 8 times 2 is 16 plus 4 is 20. 8 times 2 is 16 plus 2 is equal to 18. Bring down 2 zeros because now you're multiplying in your hundreds place. 1 times 5 is 5. 1 times 2 is 2. 1 times 2 again is equal to 2. I'm going to add all of my numbers together to get my final answer. I get 0, 0, 5, 10, carry the 1. So right here I have 40,500. So that means that it is going to take 40,500 square centimeters for the answer. Now I'm going to turn the page. We're on page 52. So right here, they're asking me to write an expression to find the difference. Difference means the answer to a subtraction problem in the maximum area and minimum area of a New York, NYS high school soccer field. Then evaluate your expression. So the first one they want me to figure out is to figure out for the maximum and the minimum area, okay? So this is maximum. We have maximum area. Oh, this is length. So maximum area, in order to find area, you're multiplying length times width. So the formula for area, and this is kind of above your head. I'm not sure why they're asking for area. We will later cover area near the end of the school year. Right now, we're focusing more on multiplication and division, but however, they want you to find area. So I'll just tell you, area is equal to base times height. So what I'm multiplying is the length times the width in order to find the area. So in this case, I'm multiplying 120, okay? And I'm also multiplying 80 because they're asking me what is the maximum and minimum area, okay? So that's why I'm multiplying 120 times 80. Now on the other side, they want me to multiply 100 times 55 in order to figure out the minimum width, which is 55 right here, and 100 is the minimum length, okay? So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to solve. I have 12 times 8, so I'm going to multiply 12 times 8. 8 times 2 is equal to 16. 8 times 1 is 8, plus 1 is 9, so I get 96. Don't forget to add your 2 zeros at the end. So I get 9600, and then I have 100 times 55. 1 times 55 is equal to 55. Add my 2 zeros at the end, and I get 5,500. So now I'm going to subtract in order to get my final answer. I have 9,000 9,600 minus 5,500, okay? And when I subtract, I'm going to subtract over here so you guys can see it. 9,600 minus 5,500. 0 minus 0 is equal to 0. 0 minus 0 is equal to 0. 6 minus 5 is 1. And 9 minus 5 is equal to 4. So I get 4,100 square yards. Okay? Now, I'm going to move on to the next problem, problem B. They want me to do pretty much the same thing looking at the chart. With a field with a width meaning how wide, of 75 yards and an area remember, is length times width, of 7,500 square yards be within FIFA regulation. Why or why not? So, if we have 7,500, which means that they multiplied it times 100, it would mean that it's not within regulation, because regulation requires you to have a number that is much smaller. So since the minimum length is 110 yards, this field is not within regulation. Now for problem C, it costs $26 to fertilize, water, mow, and maintain each square yard of a full-size FIFA field with maximum dimensions. Before each game, how much would it cost to prepare the field for next week's match? So 120, we're going to multiply that times 80 in order to figure out how much square yard. So that's what we're multiplying right here. We have 120 times 80. And on this side, we are going to later on multiply it times 26, based on $26 to fertilize. 0 times 0 is 0. 0 times 2 is 0. 0 times 1 is 0. Bring down my 0. 8 times 0 is 0. 8 times 2 is 16. And 8 times 1 is 8. Plus 1 is 9. Add everything together, I am going to get 9,600. On this side, 6 times 0 is 0, 6 times 0 is 0, 6 times 6 is 36, 6 times 9 is 54, plus 3 is 59. Add a 0. 2 times 0 is 0, 2 times 0 is 0, 2 times 6 is 12, 2 times 9 is 18, plus 1 is 19. I'm going to add everything together. So I get 0, 0, 6, 11, 15, and 2. So my final answer is going to be 251,600 for the final cost. Okay? Please let me know if you have any questions in class, and I'd be more than happy to help you.